Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and this is Marvel Legends Okoye Wave Black Panther in 4 minutes or less. Marvel Legends Okoye Wave Black Panther is a 6-inch scale action figure based on his appearance in the 2018 Black Panther movie. It's a huge improvement over the previous Marvel Cinematic Universe figure released just 2 years ago in the Giant Man wave from Captain America Civil War. Not to mention the fact that it's one of like a dozen Black Panther figures in various scales hitting the shelves to promote the release of the film. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. It's long past time Panther got his due. Until this marketing push, there were barely enough Black Panther figures in existence to do a 10 best figures list. 4 Marvel Legends, 2 90s Toy Biz, and then fill in the rest with Marvel Universe. To put that in perspective, every time someone at Hasbro says the name Iron Man, 2 more figures get released. The details of his suit are a little different this time, but the biggest changes from the Civil War figure are the articulation and accessories. This Black Panther figure adds a pair of butterfly shoulders, giving him a great range of reach, both forward and backward. It's an important detail, something that should be standard when you have a character whose offensive capabilities are based on slashing people with claws. Black Cat, Catwoman, Hellcat, Tigra, Puma, Sabretooth, heck, Wolverine, any werewolf, and really anybody else who might have to reach across themselves without rotating their torso or trying to find something behind them without looking. This figure also improves on the alternate unmasked T'Challa head included with the figure. Since the release of the Civil War wave back in 2016, Hasbro has added face printing technology to their arsenal of surface treatments. I don't know a lot about how action figures are made, but until now I can only assume faces were hand painted with the kind of tools you might see your local grocery store use to write "Happy Birthday" on a cake. Advancements in printing technology can now render photorealistic facial details that give action figures a greater sense of realism in life. It's a technique that previously has only been available on more expensive import figures. You'll want to check the figure to ensure that the face has been printed on straight and, in the center of the front of the head, where the face goes. Hasbro still has some kinks to work out of the system. It's not perfect yet, but for a long-time collector like myself, it is a welcome step in the right direction for likenesses of real people. I think this head looks amazing. I have nothing to complain about. It's all about perspective. I grew up with Han Solo and Luke Skywalker figures looking like Fisher-Price adventure people. My 1989 movie Batman came in 3 different facial variants, and not a single one of them looks like Michael Keaton. And speaking of perspective, I can't believe we've reached a point where a Black Panther movie even exists. And that's no disrespect to T'Challa, I just can't believe that the MCU has lasted long enough to get to characters like T'Challa. I'm old enough to remember the Thor and Captain America movies being announced after the success of Iron Man and thinking, there's no way this comic book movie thing lasts long enough to get past Thor. No way. Iron Man is still relatively grounded in reality, still relatively believable as a sci-fi flick, regardless of its connection to the Marvel comics. Captain America, yeah, I can see it, but no way is there going to be a version of Thor that will work for the comic audience and the mainstream audience. Thor will be the next Ghost Rider, and that's the end of all that. No way are we going to get all the way to Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and Captain Marvel, and I am very glad to have been wrong about that. If the 2016 version of Black Panther has enough posability for you and you never take his hat off anyway, this figure is an easy pass. But if you're looking for something with a bit more dynamism, a wonderful likeness, and up-to-date styling, then this is a must-have, so buy it if you see it, and if you see 2, leave 1 for the next collector. Thank you for watching. Please hit like, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and let us know in the comments down below if you'd buy an updated head pack. Just a bunch of alternate heads for all the MCU figures you already own, but this time with face printing. They could probably skip Phil Coulson and maybe Nick Fury, but every Steve Rogers must go. I don't speak for Chris Evans, but he and I are embarrassed by the selections up to now. They're not good.
Cut.
They don't look like him or me.